Hello and welcome to Today in the News on Vanguard Life. I am Precious Strictly. We begin with the front pages of the papers, and of course, it's just 2 days to go to the elections. Are you ready? The front page of Vanguard is NAIRA protests governors under investigation for inciting utterances, and that's come from the IGP. The Brighter says presidential polls will hold as scheduled on Saturday. National Security Council says police, all the security agencies ready for polls. INEC chairman briefed Buhari on preparations as Lagos, Ondo, Osun, Ekiti, others get electoral materials. And we can see other stories showing of a peaceful election, and after we can see some founders of and publishers of newspapers with the president, and also presidential candidates in this photograph. On page 51, post Tinubu Obi, Atiku, Kwankwaso, others signed second peace accord. On page 9, National Media Complaints Commission takes off with 9-man board. On page 8, Naira crisis, Supreme Court fixes March 3rd for judgment. On page 12, Obaseki lacks power to order my arrest. That's come from OSHIOMHOLE. Buhari Osibajo support group apologized to Nigerians, dump APC. And on sports, we have Nigeria 1-0 Costa Rica, Revelation Cup, Super Falcons salvage battered image. Stories above, we have a voters turnout to 2023 be better. Of course, let's take a look at the Guardian newspaper. The Guardian is leading with again Supreme Court defers ruling on Naira redesign to after election. Rider says consolidates a suit by 16 states, fixes a March 3rd for judgment. Await our decision. Supreme Court tells Abia other states seeking to join suit. We are overburdened. Something must be done on Nigerian constitution. Judges lament. Nigerians left in the middle of the sea. Shehu Sani reacts. Cash swap riots. We are investigating governors over inciting utterances, says the IGP. EFCC moves against the vote buyers, deploys operatives to state. FCT, security atmosphere right, election good to go. That's coming from Security Council. And stories above, we have your vote matters. Blinken tells Nigerians in video message. On page 3, Buhari Osibajo support group apologizes to Nigerians, dump APC for PDP. NMPP petitions NSA, DSS, others, alleges the siege to Kano campaign office. Lastly, on the front page of the Guardian newspaper, we have a court remands a Rivers federal lawmaker in prison custody 48 hours to election. Well, let's take a look at the Nation newspaper, and the Nation is leading with "Why I Seek Your Mandate to be President" by Tinubu. The writer says APC candidate writes Nigerians, 155 North Christian leaders pledge support. Alake, opponents will be shocked. Four parties, five governorship candidates back bid. And of Supreme Court fixes a verdict in Naira redesign suit for March 3rd. Rider says justice is to decide contempt of court, jurisdiction, use of old notes orders. Apex Court's ruling on use of old notes side by side with new notes subsist, says San. A Naira exchange for 766 Naira per dollar at parallel market. Ocean Speaker attacked. Let's take a look at stories above. Accept results, avoid acrimony, Buhari tells candidates. Right, let's take a look at the Punch newspaper. And the Punch has the story. INEC distributes election materials as Buhari meets security chiefs. President wants INEC security agents against failure, hands over 12 billion naira security equipment. And lastly, on the front page of the Punch newspaper, our politicians stockpiling old notes to buy votes. And that's coming from EFCC chair. And that's what we can take on the front pages this morning. Join us after the break. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. If you're just joining us today in the news on Vanguard Live, and joining me to talk about some of the stories that we have on the front pages this morning is Mr. Oludari Mayowa, publisher of Global Financial Digest. Good morning, sir. It's good to have you join me this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me today.
All right, so let's delve in. And of course, was talking about the IGP. He has revealed that the force is investigating individuals, including state governors, whose utterances are considered to have incited citizens to riot over the Naira redesign policy. But also, we're well aware that these state chief executives cannot be prosecuted because they enjoy immunity. How do you react to this?
Thank you very much. For me, the IGP is just plain politics. Of course, you have stated that the state governors enjoy immunity against any prosecution. And so whatever the hiding under that one to make all the citing statements confronting the government and the rest. And for me, that's where it starts. What are you investigating? That they didn't see what they said or they want to deny, or are you out investigation are they carrying? For me, I regard the IGP statement as more political than trying to inform of anything going on. Just to tell the world that yes, he's doing something, but else he's not doing anything. You cannot prosecute the governors, you cannot arrest them, you cannot even interrogate them for what they have said. So, what's the investigation about it? For me, I didn't see anything into that statement more than what he has just said.
How would you actually rate how some of the APC governors have been coordinating themselves in terms of it looks like an APC against APC in the party? Take a look at the Governor Erufai and also Governor Dakpa Abiodun, who was saying he was going to revoke the CFO of some of the banks who are now rejecting the old notes. What do you make of that situation?
Yeah, it is very clear to people who can discern, who can read between the line what is happening today. The opposition to the Naira design, Naira swap, is not because the government loves the nation or love the poor people. The main reason behind is the politics. We are very close to election. And most of this government has amassed some money, especially in 500 Naira and 1,000 Naira notes, stockpile for disbursement, for use for purpose of election. And suddenly the government brought out this policy, and the money cannot be go back to the treasury and be replaced by the new notes. So all the fight we are seeing is about government how to ensure that they're able to release this money to system for the purpose they have already amassed it for. So that's what all this fight is all about. It's not about the masses, it's not about the suffering, it's not about the naira shortage. In fact, you can see the main, for me, my own reading of the issue is the main shortage we are experiencing today were caused by the most of the government. They already hijacked the little the government, the Israel government, CBN released to the system. They already hijacked it right from the beginning. So they already stockpiled some of this money. It's what they are just looking for the remaining, the opportunity to release the old note, the money money we have in stock to the system. That's what they are doing. It's not fighting for this country, it's not fighting for anything. So that's why you see the APC government actually at the forefront because they are in the ruling power and all the state government already have what they call war chest. Financial watches to fight the election, to bribe the electorate, to buy the security agency, to buy the INEC, to buy votes from the electorate. These are the money they are. You can see their videos are going around the country where you see a government putting an old note in the envelope and giving to, and their envelope show the government the face of the president, the governor of that state, and giving to people. Go and spend it. They will take from you. That is fingers of the fact that they have this money. They want to push it to the system. Because they can't return it back to bank. This money will probably obtain through other means. And there's no way they can return this money back to bank, return to deposit in any account without security agency tracking them and raising query over it. So the battle is about themselves, not about the people. That's where I look at it.
Do you see scarcity of cash actually affecting the elections?
I'm not seeing it affecting the election. Say somebody want to use it to just disrupt the election. It's going to affect the election anyway. First, the CBN has promised INEC that they were going to provide the cash they need for the logistics, in terms of payment of their adult staff, payment of transport and logistics. CBN has already assured them of that they are going to be available for them. So if you are going to affect anybody, even for the security agency, their movement, you already assured them. So I'm not seeing the cash disrupting the election. the only thing you can see that probably can lead to low turnout because people want to travel to their state to go and vote where they register. They may not be able to do so because they don't lack cash to pay for transport. Besides that, I'm not seeing any destruction caused by the swap. Where we are going to see, less of role played by cash this election. Of course, the governors and the politicians are devising other means to translate this money to buy other items and to use it to bribe people. We are seeing them buying rice, sugars, and all that kind of thing. Rather than giving people money now, they can buy food items to use to buy vote from them. Besides, I'm not seeing any disruption really. Of course, the budget will find a way around the whole thing to get what they want to get.
All right. Of course, everyone was waiting for a Supreme Court's decision yesterday, and it may seem as though that the Supreme Court threw a lot of Nigerians off balance by, slating March 3rd to deliver judgment on the decision of the federal government's use of the old notes as a valid legal tender. What's your take on it?
For me, my reading as a layman, I'm not a lawyer, but as a layman, it's just for Supreme Court to buy time, really. Like my reading, the Supreme Court does not have the jurisdiction over that case. It's not a dispute between state and the federal government on any constitutional issue. So it is out of probably the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court to adjudicate over the matter. So what the adjournment is just buying time, just to save fees, or what just to really probably push forward, probably they allow the person to get their heart together. You don't forget that they're already meeting to find a out of court settlement with the federal government and the rest. So I'm sure this woman is just giving them the opportunity to explore other opportunity for this job. Because if the Supreme Court actually consider it a very critical issue, they would have spent time, they would have devoted time, probably even running, even if it takes them 2 days to run over this issue and make a categorical pronouncement over the matter. But shifting adjourning the cases shows that there's no really meat to the case. Really. At the end of the day, I'm expecting the Supreme Court to throw away the case and to declare they don't have jurisdiction to have to attend to the matter. I think that's what will happen at the end of the day. So, and that's one reason why you are seeing them adjourning kind of thing. For me, that's my expectation.
Concerning the NAIRA situation, do you see us having a way out now, or do you think we should just wait, like what the president just said, that is light at the end of the tunnel?
I think if I'm right or whatever, I think what the government, the president and the CN were looking at, they want the election to be off the mark. After the election, you see more money coming to the system. The essence of it. I think the ultimate goal of this policy is to stop food buying and to probably to reduce the volume of cash in the system. And probably yes, they have restrained the volume of cash in the system. But I'm sure after the election, which they have already associated in curtailing the impact of cash on the election, they will release more money, more cash to the system to ease the pressure on the low category of people. And probably that's why they restricted to the 200 naira note. And probably they are going to release more of both the old and the new 200 naira note so that can go to the masses, to the poorer people, and to ease the pressure on the economy. I'm seeing that way.
All right, political parties and presidential candidates obviously signed the peace accord, the second national peace accord yesterday. Now, looking at the campaigns from different political parties, would you say that a good number of these political parties are touched on issues affecting the country?
The number one, the peace accord is not valued more than the people it was signed on. I'm not seeing that stopping any political party from doing what they know how to do best. What probably will curtail violence and crisis in this election is because the beavers and the arrangement the INEC has made to reduce manipulation in the system. You can't snatch ballot box any longer. Can't rewrite the election result any longer, at least because of the transmission, online transmission and the rest. Probably that will be the one that will reduce impact of crisis or violence during the election. But you cannot still run away from the fact that some Some politicians might still go to some area they are not popular just to disrupt the election in that place so that they can reduce the chances of their opponent in those areas. We can't rule out those things. And they will disown because you can't see them carry their banner. And when there is crisis, nobody will hold up to it. And nothing you can attribute to them. So for me, it's not really going to have any positive impact on what will happen during and after the election. But for me, in the political parties, yes, they are trying to talk to people, but politics being what they are. How many times the APC talked to us in 2029, 2015, 2029, and promised change and promised everything? How many of those promises have they been fulfilled? Politicians are naturally not averse to fulfill their promises. The promises are seen as just lip service or just something to excite the populace. They will still go ahead and go back to their vomit and do what they think they will do. But for me, I'm hopeful that with the kind of awareness that we are seeing pre-election. I'm sure if you have seen a major shift in the election come Saturday and the March 11, I'm sure many of the politicians will be able to think that yes, the power returned back to the people. And the power returned back to the people, they will want to do more to impress the people so that they won't lose the next election. For me, that's the only positive I see. Beyond that, I'm not seeing politicians doing better than to improve because it's not the love for people. The politicians that are spending billions of naira to canvass for election, we want to recoup his money back, regardless of what the economy is looking at. They want to take their back and make profit from it. So what good are they going to do for the public? I've not seen anything coming out of that. But I could see that if people could vote right this time around and there's a major shift in the politics, then the politician will now wake up and say, look, the power returns back to the people and people can change them at any election. So they want to please the people one way or the other.
All right, looking at the elections, there's just 2 days to come now. What do you fear about it the most?
There's so much uncertainty about it. Out till now, many people are still asking, is there going to be election on Saturday? That shows the level of uncertainty around the election because we don't know what the politician can come up with. Maybe one of the front runners will see that maybe they are not having upper hand. They could want to destabilize the system and cause crisis here and there just to ensure that the election is postponed. So we don't even know what's going to happen on Saturday. We don't know whether the election is going to hold despite the assurance from the president, from INEC, from security agent, because anything can happen. So that's the tension in the country today. And because we have, this is the first time we're having about 3 solid parties contesting for election at that high level. And it has created some level of cannot decide. I mean, it is very unclear to call. Cannot say this is the person that will win this election. It's obvious that the 3 are neck to neck in this election. And if you have a massive turnout of the election can go either way. So that's if they don't if they don't go ahead and we hold the election as scheduled, then the election can go any other way. We can't predict who will win this election. And that's the way it is today. And that's why even increasing more tension, more fear among the people, because there are some people who are especially two of the party, APC and PDP, could want to cause some mayhem just to destroy the election, just to delay it for a while. And probably go and cause a destruction in some of those areas that are not very popular. And that could probably cause a major damage to the election. But beside that, the election will go anyway, any side.
All right, so let's take this one. Adams OSHIOMHOLE has said that Governor Obaseki has no power to order his arrest as he's reacting to the allegations of sponsoring riots in Benin City. I'm sure you must have heard of that story. What's your take on that?
And your politicians, they only play politics now. The governors is not the police. The order is the whoever's arrest. If police has found that OSHIOMHOLE has done anything wrong, the police will go after him and arrest him. It's not the place of the government to say go and arrest somebody. That's a political statement, really, because it doesn't have the capacity. It's not the law enforcement agent. It's not the one in charging. So how does it come about his power to arrest? And I think the statement was just a political just to do maximum damage on the reputation of OSHIOMHOLE and APC. And let's look at it in this way. Even if the government has a power to call for the arrest of OSHIOMHOLE, if OSHIOMHOLE is an APC, the ruling party, and the ruling party control the police, would the police listen to him would they go ahead and arrest Oshimole because the governor says so? It would happen. So for me, it's just a political statement, so to say.
Hmm. All right, let's take a look at Mr. and Mrs. And Mrs. is speaking this month. She says, I didn't call you a monkey. I said I won't tolerate any monkey business from you. And Mr. says, so why did you serve banana together with my food?
Wow. That power is very strong, and they're always exciting us. And I wish couples are like that. Throwing jokes and the rest. It make for peaceful balance in the home. And for me, I hope people will learn from Mr. and Mrs. Cartoon to actually put more comic and comedy in their home and bring stability in their home.
Hmm. All
It's a
right.
good man.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Oludari Mayo, our publisher of Global Financial Digest. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us this morning.
Thank you very much for having me today, and have a lovely day.
All right. Also, remember that you can equally like, share, and subscribe on all our social media platforms shown on your screen. To find out up-to-date stories, you can go to our website, www.vanguardnj.com. To find out more, I am Precious Chukudi, and thank you for watching.